I was having a conversation with a friend and we were talking about passion versus money. Now, I've actually had this conversation with other people. We're kind of led to believe that, hey, passion is what you should go for. You should pick something that you're interested in and that you're all about. But again, I think like most things, there's a balance to be had. You're not really going to know this when you're younger because you're still new to how the economy works. You don't really know how much things cost. You don't really know how certain changes in society affect the economy and how that then affects you, affects your lifestyle, how much fun you have, where you can go, how much money you can spend, what you can buy for yourself, securities like buying a house, car, other things like that. All of these changes in society then begin to affect those things. And you're not privy to this because when you're first starting out and you're choosing your subjects, choosing what to learn, you're just thinking about what would I like to learn? What would be very cool to learn? What kind of resonates with me? It's a difficult decision to make without having that kind of foresight and that experience being out there, which I guess is a dichotomy and a dilemma in a sense. Basically, what I'd like to just say to you guys, maybe the younger crowd, is that money matters. Even if you do pick something that you're passionate about, you're gonna lose that passion for whatever it is if the economy catches up so much that you're struggling even in something that you love doing to make ends meet, struggling to eat, to go out, you're struggling to buy clothes, you're struggling to pay the daily bills, struggling to hold on to your securities, roof over your head, heating, electricity. Like, the fun from your passion project quickly diminishes when you're thinking, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a roof over my head. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have heating tonight. I'm not sure if I've got food on the table tonight. You know what I'm saying? That passion project or that passion of yours career-wise quickly becomes dry. I think that, like I said before, it's a balance. What can earn you a decent amount of money, whatever that is in your country and economy, that you are somewhat passionate about? And you can be somewhat passionate about, you could be very passionate about it, but I would say the foundation is how much money is it bringing in? Now, I was never really like this. I was more about the passion, the fun on projects, the learning aspect of it. I'm still very much like that now, but at the same time, I've also felt the sting of when the economy catches up to you or even surpasses you and leaves you in a certain type of way, and you are not only struggling, but you are just shell-shocked. You can go through a ton of different types of emotions. Shell-shocked at how quick the economy's caught up to you. Shell-shocked because you don't know what to do next or where to turn to get XYZ amount of money so that you can put food on the table, so that you can keep the heating on, so that you can keep a roof over your head. Shell-shocked, like the economy doesn't stay the same. Doesn't matter which country you're in. And the thing is, the economy's linked all around the world. And when stocks go up in one country, and that can affect confidence elsewhere in another country. Confidence goes down, and that can affect stocks in that country and another country. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this stuff affects the economy. It affects us and our livelihoods and our lifestyle. You need to guard against that, and the way that you guard against that is by understanding that the currency of our economy is money. So it's all good having passion for whatever it is that you do, but just make sure that it's bringing in the bacon, so to speak. Just make sure it's bringing in the money, because that's what our economy runs on. That's how you are gonna get by or do well for yourself, and that's what's really gonna make a difference. There is the flip to this where you can absolutely hate your job, so much so that you're just thinking, I don't want to get out of bed. Like, I don't want to get out of bed to go to do that job around those people or XYZ, blah, etc., right? It can flip that way too, and that's pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie, because definitely as a man, your sanity's the most important thing, for real. But sanity is important for everybody, obviously, man or woman. But I would stress as a man, and I know this because I've experienced it, that's why I'm stressing the as a man part, because I know how it hits different. Your sanity is most important, right? So that can F you over, you know what I'm saying? You're like, how do you alleviate that? You have your passion somewhere in the mix, right? It doesn't necessarily need to be your bread and butter. Like, you don't need to be going out to work for that. You can have your passion out there on the side as a hobby. Whatever you do, you still incorporate it into your lifestyle. Maybe that hobby or that passion didn't bring in the money, so you keep it as a side passion or a side hobby. Still keep it in there there because your sanity is important. You need to de-stress, you need to unwind, etc., etc. You don't have that as your main because at the end of the day, you need to put food on the table. All of that kind of stuff is super, super, uber important. So if you have to choose, I say choose the money. Luckily, you don't have to choose. You can choose both. It's gonna be a balance and it's gonna be to varying degrees. Do you understand? You may choose something that you're not that passionate about, but you kind of got a little bit of passion in there, just a tiny bit, but it brings in a lot of money. Win, that's sorted. You may have something that is a fair amount of money, but you're much more passionate about it, you know? It can handle an economic turn just and keep you afloat still, but got quite a lot of passion for it. Fair enough, but don't be going for anything that's like, oh, okay, I'm super, super, super passionate about it, but it doesn't bring in or back up against economic turns. Because like I said before, you can quickly be left in the barrel, your arse up, and you just getting ready to get turned over. You can quickly be in that position, especially now because the economy's crazier than ever. Society's crazier than ever nowadays. Things didn't used to be this mad back in the day, but things are a lot more mad now. You know what I mean? Like that stuff can happen. And because employers and that kind of network are very focused on how can I get the best for the least amount of money, there isn't that job security that there used to be. It's much more dog eat dog now. Okay, you need to do more, 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 or I'll get rid of you because this other guy will do what you won't. Because there's that kind of mentality in the employer space, you know, that sort of Americanism that's kind of creeping over the rest of the world. You know, there are good things about America, but that is not one of them. That kind of dog eat dog mentality and lack and lessened amount of job security, it's created very turbulent times within the workspace, as we can all see and as we are all feeling. So one thing that you can do for yourself is don't be Disney. Don't be Disney and be like, oh yes, passion. Oh yes, passion. Yes, this will carry me through. No, it won't. Money will carry you through. Money will carry you through. So make sure whatever the frick you do, it earns a buck. You know what I'm saying? And can carry you through economic turbulence and crazy ass times. Because guess what? That's what's being thrown at us, and there's more along the way, okay? Within our economy and society. Just make sure you're making smart decisions, right? And a smart decision is, if it comes to it, I will choose money over passion, not passion over money. As brutal as it sounds, but that's the truth. Like, I'm not gonna tell you some BS on this channel, because that's not true. If that decision comes where you have to pick one or the other, pick money. Don't pick passion, okay? As brutal as it sounds. All right, guys, that completes the video. Throw down your thoughts in the comments, shout out, let me know what you think of this particular point and this particular topic. Have you experienced anything like that yourselves? Have you been hit with that yourselves? What do you think? Do you think it's passion over money? Do you think it's money over passion? Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me, and why? And yeah, honestly, guys, I think, well, I know, I don't think, but I think and I know, yo, money over passion every single day, if it comes down to that decision. But if you're able to, get both in the mix, because that's the best blend of both, okay? All right, guys, that completes the video. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic day. Shout out in the comments. Love to hear your thoughts. And with that being said, take care. I'll see you for the next video. Take it easy.